you are right this second. You're teleported right now from the whatever studio into the forest.
Okay.
Bam. Random man is in there with you in the same forest. You're both looking at each other going, what is the likelihood that you think that this man...
Probably low, but I also think that the likelihood of being attacked by a bear...
percentage, though? Percentage-wise.
Yeah, what is the percentage?
I don't know.
If you had to take a guess.
I'm not going to take a guess.
But if you had to, though.
But I don't have to. So.
Yeah, but you do have to.
Why?
Because it's baked into this scenario that you're taking a guess.
Okay, but why does my preference for whether or not I'd be alone in the woods with someone, why does that need to be reduced to a percentage?
Check it out.
What do you think your odds are better at? Do you think your odds are better at survival with a man in the forest or a bear in the forest?
If you jumped,
where do you think you're going to survive best? That's the ultimate question.
My response isn't, I think every man is awful and has the potential to blah, 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 blah.
That's not the question. What? It's the question is, if you had a chance, right? And they were like, if we want to see your best survival and we dropped you off right now in the forest, do you think you'd have a better chance at surviving against a bear or a man? That is the question they're asking.
There's no way to actually know.
But your best guess is what we're asking, off of what you've perceived through life, off of your opinions. If you had to be asked, who do you think you have a fighting chance against, a bear or a man in the forest? That's what they're asking. Yes, that's it. That's what they're. I'm not asking.
Okay. That's not what I'm at.
That is what you're asking.
No. Very simply, I'm just looking for the percent. Like, what percentage of man would be inclined to essay?
If you want to go, if you're asking that, I actually know the exact percentage. It's 10%.
And I know that's why it was a terrible way to phrase the question to her. You can't phrase it like that to her.
You just proved him right.
That's why I phrased the question.
I'm sorry.
How did I prove him right?
You prove him right because
most
10%.
Yeah, 1 in
exactly,
10 men would essay you.
Nothing
really?
And do you think 1 in 10 bears would attack you?
You're looking at statistics of how many bear attacks there have been versus how many essays there have been.
But that's what we're asking. It's a nuanced question.
Yeah,
obviously,
so then the bear. Because the chance of being attacked by a bear is much lower than the chance of being essayed by a man.
Okay, wait. The chance of being attacked by the bear is lower than the chance of. Okay, so there's the risk assessment. Let me ask this.
Also, hold on. Let me ask this. Why is that funny? That 10% of men.
Because there's no statistics that support that anywhere.
Really?
Yeah.
Where?
It's less than 1%.
Less than
1% of men do that site. Yeah. Less than 1%.
Where's your source?
You can get it from RAIN.
The FBI and DOJ.
You can literally get this from RAIN.
It from the FDA, from
the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration.
They've
what?
To be fair, I think they have done some studies on
They have done some studies.
To be fair,
and they've taken statistics from women who report getting abortions because of SA. They've taken a lot of statistics from many different sources. I do this on a fucking daily basis.
Okay. Then how come you didn't know it was 1%?
Because it's not 1%. 10% of men are reported. Reported.
10% of men have not reported.
No, hold on. There are some. For example, there might be some stats that could indicate that 10% of women. I don't think this is actually true, but 10% of women have been victims of SA. But this could, first of all, hold on.
Much higher.
Oh, it's higher. Okay, fine. It could indicate that, for example, there's like a serial man who's like doing this to multiple women. For starters,
We could
it's not
say
a
that.
1-to-1 ratio where there's like 10% of men in the population are doing this. Furthermore, like, I'm just curious, then I'm assuming you'd be prepared to throw like 10% of your immediate family members under the bus, like your cousins and fathers and brothers. 10% of them are essayers.
I don't have cousins or a father,
Fair enough.
so
I'm going to change the question. If we change it to 10 men versus 10 bears, does your answer change? So you'll come across a group of 10 men, don't know each other.
Hell yeah, I'm taking the bear.
Or 10 bears.
Wow.
I'm taking the bears.
Wait, so just to be clear, hold on,
I would take the bear. In that case, I would probably take the bear too.
Yeah.
With 10 men versus, I would rather go against one man in the forest versus one bear for sure. But 10 men in the forest.
10 men are right.
Oh my God.
It's a gang mentality.
Bro. Not that word. Essay.
It's a gang mentality.
Sheena.
What?
You've been on the show 3 times. This was an issue on the last time you were on the show. You've heard the pre-show instructions. to not use that word. I lost my fucking mind at you for precisely this reason last show.
Sorry.
I had a conversation with you, not just Damien. We had a conversation before the show about the words you use on the show. Are you just like an op? What are you doing?
I didn't mean it. I'm sorry.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's anywhere near as high as 10%.
I don't know what to do. Like, it's one thing to make the accident once, but like if somebody you tell somebody not to poke you, and then they're like, what are you gonna do about it? I don't know. I genuinely don't know what to do. Like, I don't, like, is the solution just to ask you to leave at this point? Because
No, I
like
don't think
you've
that's it.
continuously demonstrated that you like cannot respect my platform. Like I don't know how many times I have to have a polite
on purpose.
Yeah,
I
that
actually
place-
in the heat of the
I involuntarily manslaughtered I was drunk. I didn't intentionally kill somebody. I don't care what your intentions were if the end result is the same. I've had multiple polite conversations with you about, hey, we can't talk about this, we can't talk about this, we can't go here. I don't know how to get it through to you to not say words that are like gonna get us in trouble with YouTube. Like, I don't know what else to do.
I don't know what to tell you because it slipped. I didn't mean to say that.
You have a
It's
replacement
the
on that couch
difference of
right there.
Conversation.
Huh?
It's dialect. Like, I don't
But
know.
literally, like, and the chat, I don't know what the chat's, look, this was literally the issue the last time. I don't know, like, I don't know if you're intentionally just trying to, like,
No.
I'm
do
not
this to
doing it
get,
intentionally. Trust
You could
me.
tell it's not intentional.
It just every time I want to speak, it's like the whole energy since I got here, it's really off against me. So.
because, like, you just have zero respect for the
not true.
platform. We tell you, hey, here's some things that are off topic. You can't say these words, you know, YouTube TOS, YouTube guidelines. You just, are you not, Damien was very polite. He went over the pre-show information with you.
He's
Like,
not that polite.
huh?
He's not that polite.
Why are you throwing
It
Damien
wasn't
under
like
the bus?
impolite either.
I mean, we're just saying.
It was direct,
But
it
he
wasn't-
literally just read off it literally went into detail of instructions of what not to do and what to do.
But I think it's
based
very-
on passed on the
I know, but
You know what I mean? So
I've
it's like-
done this podcast multiple times. And
yeah,
I've,
but
I've had
it's-
multiple people.
and
tell
I've been on
me
here only
the-
twice, and there's still boundaries, and you still interrupt. And how many times have you been on here? Like what? There's things like you literally go through it. I've only been on the thing here twice.
Interrupting is
That's
an
literally
easy
what
thing
he
to
said.
forget.
He literally said that's on the that's a list of
Especially
things
if
what not
it-
to
I
do
think it's
or out
very
of
clear
respect.
that it's a difference of culture and how she speaks and whatever.
She's
she
been here for
doesn't
15
understand.
years.
It doesn't matter.
It does.
No,
You
it
need
doesn't.
I'm just
No,
saying-
but you've been here several times
It
at this
doesn't
table.
matter. It doesn't matter. It could slipped in the heat of the conversation. That's
Okay,
not true.
Like, it doesn't make any
interrupting.
sense. Like,
Interrupting is like an easy thing to forget, especially
do you
when you're
want me to
emotionally invested.
now if you've been here several times.
But words that you know are gonna get you like in trouble. I feel like that. Like this is my first time here, and even I am like, no, SA.
Yes,
like,
because you are very politically correct. You're not like me. You're very boxed in these bullshit ideas. Don't compare yourself to me, please.
why?
Because I don't think like you. I don't want to think like you. I don't like this liberal bullshit.
Okay, I don't like how
I'm sorry,
you.
but I don't like that.
No, that's okay. I don't think
because
like
you're
you.
trying to put more
but
fire into the conversation.
I'm not.
I'm not doing. I didn't say it on purpose, and you jump on the opportunity to try to go on off at me, and I don't appreciate it.
There have been other people who are actually trying to attack you, and I'm trying to
all right.
not do that. I'm just saying it's.
I don't care what you say. Don't say it to me. Say that to them.
we're here for a debate.
Yeah, you remember how you scream when we say something to you on the debate?
That's what I literally did.
Don't be a smartass.
I
Don't
just
talk to
did
me.
that sarcastically.
Yeah.
Duh. Because you did that to me last time.
Like a 15-year-old kid. Oh my God.
This is why I wanted to sit in the middle, Brian, because I feel like I'm very in the middle of everybody. I'm very half and half, and that's why I thought I should be over there.
Look, there's one thing, like, I don't know if you're like a habitual line stepper, a habitual line crosser, Sheena. Like,
Line? What did I lie about?
No, line crosser. And that's
You're
exactly what I mean.
a habitual line
She's
stepper.
Not getting it.
What does
It's
that mean?
Like,
it's a
boundary
cultural
crosser.
difference right
it's
now.
it's one thing if somebody makes a mistake once. I've literally had this conversation with you
I know.
Not only, hold on. Here's all the background. You've been on the show 3 times. Damien gives a detailed pre-show instructions. Don't say this, don't say. You've been on the show 3 times. Then
You're right, I'm
when
not
you
angry
fuck
about
up, I correct you every single time. Despite my correction, you continue making the same mistake. How many times do I need to allow you to continue making the same mistake before you're just completely disregarding, like it's in one
not
ear,
disregarding.
out? Yeah, you literally are.
I'm not.
You literally are. I've been on your case all night about shit fucking TOS. You've been
been on my
asking.
case
You've been
even when I
in
didn't
my
say
DMs.
something.
I'm not
Even
trying.
when I didn't
Look,
say
I
something.
typically don't throw people on. You've been begging to come back on the show. The least you can do is show me and my show a little respect by like, hey, I've pulled you aside and had conversations. Don't say certain words. Don't talk about this. Then you come on the show and you want to start saying the stuff that I've told you not to talk about. How every single guest here, some of whom it's their first time on the show, they're not having any problems with this. I'm not getting frustrated with them.
I just look
don't
at you
know.
and you get frustrated. Even if I don't say nothing, you get frustrated and breathe in dramatic ways. It's got nothing to do with anybody. It's with me. You just see me and you get frustrated.
Zero accountability because
No,
you've done nothing wrong.
I'm accountable for that. You're right. I was wrong. But since I got here, you've been on my case nonstop, and they can see it. Even they can see it.
So
You're always on my case. Even in the last show, I didn't do nothing to you. I'm nice to you, and you take it.
You didn't do nothing. You did the same stuff.
Okay.
You did the exact same thing.
Okay, what do you want me to
The
do?
constant interruption. Like last show, it was constant interruption. Constant interruption.
All the girls talk whenever they want, and when I talk, you shut my mouth. You don't let me talk.
I moderate the other panelists also.
No, not like you moderate me.
Because
You
you're
can watch
like
the
a
show later and
habitual
see it.
fucking interrupter.
Okay. Habitual interrupter.
So I do agree that the vibe has been off, honestly. I've noticed that too. Like every time that you open your mouth, there's always like a certain aura of like, what is she gonna say? I definitely get that. But I do also want to point out that it's not liberal bullshit. It's the fact that YouTube has set guidelines. And this is the platform that he thrives on. So obviously he's going to want to protect the thing that he does best.
I respect it completely, but I didn't.
Yeah, but
That's why it's all in
but
this
it's not
understanding.
liberal bullshit. It's not like my point of view. It's not your point of view. It's just what, like, YouTube has a set guidelines for a reason. It's because they're super successful. It's because they're a great streaming platform. It's because they have these guidelines that they do so well. And it's because of the guidelines that YouTubers are able to do so well. So if we cross that, we're fucking it up for him. And like, I've been trying not to do the like interrupty thing, but that's hard for me. I'm a big mouth.
I all the time.
This is the.
I'm bad at it.
Look, I'm going to move it on. This is the final warning. If I need to correct you on something TOS related, or like you use a word that we've explicitly multiple times have instructed that you're not supposed to say that, I'm just going to ask you to kindly leave. Final warning. If it happens again, do you want to just leave? I mean, if you're just going to laugh.
No.
If you're just going to laugh about me, like.
I'm not laughing about you.
Just because I really think it's a cultural difference. Like,
No, it's
TOS,
not.
It is. TOS, like, basically,
Literally.
the exact words you use, don't say a word you wouldn't say in mass, that you wouldn't say in church,
So, say
that you
instead
wouldn't
of-
say against, like, just you, because of how the guidelines are, there's just certain words that you have to speak around. So, like, imagine that you're in church or mass or something, and you wouldn't want to use those words to a pastor or a priest or whatever. Like, you just have to be careful about the certain things you say, even if you could still talk about the topic, but you have to go around it certain ways.
Okay.
And no, you're saying that, but she said she got here 15 years ago. She's 50,
But
which
not-
means she got
when-
here at 35.
when- she has been
There's
here-
cultural differences.
She has been here for how long, and how many people has actually said the words? Anyone? Or did we say the actual term that has been used on the podcast for
She's
over
barely even doing
200
anything
shows?
like that. Like,
I'm
that's-
sorry. And
No.
if you've seen her at last
You're
episode,
just mad at her for how she's coming against you. You're not
when
even
has
mad
she
at
ever
her.
come against me?
The first 2 minutes of the podcast.
Oh, because that was she stepped out of line with that
You're
part.
not actually mad at
She
her
doesn't
or
wanna
anything
know.
she's doing.
It's-
You're
it's
just
frustrating
offended.
that- yes.
She's got anger
That's
issues.
what's
Don't you
going
see
on.
that she's like so
Yes.
frustrated for nothing?
No, what's frustrating is him having to stop the podcast to yell at her. That's
Yeah.
frustrating for me.
Well, I mean, half the time they're stopping it when she's not even saying
And
anything. They're just
everything's
scared that she's going to say
frustrating for you in this
something.
podcast,
If we're
I
being
can
real. Like,
I
I
mean,
haven't
I'd be
noticed that.
frustrated too. You do come at her a lot. I'm sorry. Just from an outside perspective.
But I'm not frustrated. That's not
I
why I'm
haven't
doing
met
that.
any of these people before, so I literally do not
This is
care what y'all think
ridiculous.
about me.
Completely
okay,
not
but you
lying
guys
right
see
now.
what side she's sitting on. She's
Yeah.
sitting next to
And-
him and
and-
him. You see what
and
she's arguing
Kiko.
against.
She stole a bunch of my popcorn too.
That's my
Fucking
popcorn
The true,
also.
the true travesty here.
But like, come on, you see where she is. Obviously, we're debating against her. She's sitting. She's
It's fine.
seated
We
over
can
there
switch
for a
seats. If you want to switch
reason.
seats to make you a little feel
Like-
better, I would do that for you to make sure that you do not having to stop this podcast so we have to have this discussion again. If that's necessary, I will.
I don't think switching seats would solve
Well, she made
that,
it a valid
but-
point. That's why she's been doing that, right?
No, I was saying, if you've ever watched this podcast, you
I
can
watched
use some
it.
conductive reasoning that the people who are seated over there are going to argue with you and be against you. It's nothing shocking, but you're so offended by her.
But I am not
and she's
offended.
not fucking up your
Personally,
money.
everything
Like,
you
why
take
are you so
personally.
mad at
I'm not
her?
taking it
Like,
personally. What,
Yes,
what's,
you do, because we
what
come
is
here to have
frustrating?
the debate.
Okay.
He's going off at me, but I'm not taking it personally.
Yeah.
I understand it. I'm not sensitive about it.
Yeah.
I'm not sitting here and crying and screaming like a lunatic.
I'm sorry, she's still a woman at the end of the day.
That's
Yeah.
also
I
disrespectful.
will stick
If
up
you
for
want to be
women.
treated with
Jesus,
respect,
like
you
this
should
one.
probably extend the olive branch.
Listen, I don't
Just
care.
saying.
Listen, I really don't care.
Like, you obviously
It
don't.
sounds like you two want to have a back and forth. Go ahead.
No, because she's want to sit over here and say that I'm targeting her when I'm not. What's frustrating
I
is
didn't
that
say you
I
targeted
really
You
her.
haven't spoke the whole
Okay,
time.
this is exactly what he's talking about. You're literally interrupting. Let me fucking talk.
Mental issue.
Go ahead, girl.
Oh my god. I literally said you're saying I'm targeting her when I'm not. What's frustrating when Brian has to stop the freaking podcast just to yell at her? When the constant mistake is, if you watched her last episode, yes, this has happened several times. I watched the last episode.
Wow,
when
you're
she was
a
on.
fan.
Yes, I am a fan of the freaking podcast. That's why I'm here.
And I was just saying the only time you speak lately is when it's regards to her. So it seems a
I
little
haven't spoken
targeted.
because I didn't have nothing to speak about.
Okay, fair.
Exactly.
Like, I have no topic about the freaking transgender part where you guys are talking about. I have no input on that. And all what you guys been talking about, I had no input. Reason why I haven't spoken. But why I'm speaking now is that because we had to stop the podcast for him to yell at her. Like he's done like 5-7 other times today. So yes, I've been
got
sitting
it?
here because I've been wanting to hear you guys' discussion.
Okay.
And now I'm done.
And she stole my popcorn.
Hey, Darkavia, what?
I did.
Actually, never mind. All right, move on.
No, ask it. I want to know.
No, it was gonna be some
Please.
instigating bullshit.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna fucking instigate you.
Well-
I'm not gonna do it.
I
Good move.
want to hear.
Nah, it's okay.
No, I don't
I'll
think it's
instigate
worth
later.
it.
Absolutely not.
All right, we got
Maybe
a
at the
couple
end of the
We got some
podcast.
chads.
Wrongful Rage donated $200. Sheena, you're saying things that are risking Brian's show. You are risking Little being here. Whether it's an accident or on purpose, YouTube does not give a flip. Mind your tongue. It'd be pissed too.
That's fair.
How many?
Fair.
Like, how often do people make it about like the intentions of somebody's actions? But what does it matter if somebody's intentions like?
Well, but how many times, bro? Like, enough. Enough.
What?
This has been
Intention-
like, this is 3 shows in a row.
Mm-hmm.
3 shows in a row.
Also, YouTube,
Andrew
like,
wants the-
I think she got to go, bro.
I
No,
I'm a man of my word. I said I'm giving her one
One more shot.
chance.
I was just
One more
saying,
chance.
regardless of
Not
intent or
nice,
not,
you-
regardless of
3
intent, she's still doing it.
shows.
But I just think
not nice.
it wasn't being
It's okay.
explained in a way that she
Oh,
can
Andrew, I thought
understand.
you were gonna
is
come
what
to
I
my
was
defense
saying.
on this one, or chat doesn't like me on this
You
one.
can when you're on
Chat
defense.
disagrees a little bit. Okay, we have Danny Boy here. After the truthful statements about Chair 3, Orange Top, I knew she'd say man to that question. It's a win, boys. LOL, Andrew said simp
Danny
level
Boy.
8,000.
Danny boy, back at it again. You know you could just cash app her, Danny. She will
What
give you
the-
your cash app.
See what I mean? You see what you did, Danny? You see what you did?
Oh, boy. All right, thank you, Danny Boy. We have a TTS coming in here.
Cat donated $200. The woman are bug boys.
The women
Get
are
on
bug
him.
boys.
Get on him.
Wait, you know what we're gonna
Get
do?
on him.
For what?
The woman. The woman.
Didn't
That's
even
a
catch
shot.
that.
Yeah, but he's making fun of you, saying
I don't
woman,
think he was.
dork.
I don't think
you
he was.
dork. He's making
I don't
fun
think
of
he
you
was.
because you can't say it plural.
I don't think he
you,
was.
No.
That
Now,
looked
look at how
very
embarrassed you are.
intentional.
That because
No,
the
no,
light bulb
that
went
looked-
off. The light bulb went off, and you were like, "Oh fuck, he is. He's making fun
No,
of me
no,
for saying."
they make it
Well,
very
there's some of the
intentional.
patriarchy.
He was being dead ass right there.
Yo, chat.
He was
being-
dead ass making fun of you.
One second.
He wasn't.
One sec.
He fucked up.
Hey guys,
I guarantee it.
We're gonna do a $69 roast session intermission right now.
Please.
For like 10 minutes. I feel like we need a little roast session. You can
We don't.
roast chat. You guys can roast me. We're gonna do a little 10-minute roast session. Then we're gonna get right back into the topics of the show. 10 minutes. Then there's a cutoff. Whatever comes through, we'll let it through.
What time is it?
$69, 9-ish.
Yeah.
$69.
Not even 9:30 yet.
Yeah, it's not-
4:21. No, I'm gonna count
But
10
who's
minutes.
gonna roast us or the people?
Yeah, they have until
There,
4:31.
I'm probably
it says
gonna
down
get
there.
roasted. I don't know, but we'll see. $69 roast session if you guys want to get it. Actually, you know what? Here,
That
while we
woman
kick
thing
off
is
the
so
roast
popular
session,
here.
I think you two have some words for each other. Go
It's like
ahead.
a Californian thing. Like, it's not like bad. Like, people say that. Like, I was on the podcast 3 times, and that's a really popular word.
Hey, so Darkavia, how do you feel like?
What word?
Saying woman.
Yeah, but I was raised in California. Nobody fucked up woman and women. The
Yeah, I don't know.
idea
I
that
feel like
that's
that's really
because it's a
popular here.
California accent is wild to me.
That's like
I think we're correctly saying it. It just
Yes,
sounds
like,
different.
it sounds
to them.
different, like,
Yeah.
literally, like,
I know,
there's
I
some
know
people
the
that say
difference between
that.
woman and woman. Like, trust me,
There's
but it
so
just
many- even
sounds
men
the
say
same.
that.
So Kiko, as an elder at the table, do you have any words
Wow.
for Darkavia?
Not
Like-
at this moment.
No, just like advice, like when it comes to like the situationship that she's in. Because
Oh, know your
it's-
worth. Know how beautiful you are, how gorgeous you are.
Wait,
that
aren't you bi? Like, would you hit?
Whoa.
I've been in
Sorry.
a relationship for 2 years. But I just want you to know that you're absolutely
the
beautiful.
fuck?
You're
Sorry.
gorgeous. You're the prize. And make sure that you're not settling for no man. And
Oh, we got
you're
the
you're the one that they're seeking after. And
Yeah,
make sure
definitely, I
you
know
have
that.
your shit right. That's literally all. It was nothing against you. You're a gorgeous woman. And
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'd like to
I
take
know.
this.
Literally
I
it.
want to take this roast moment as a chance to.
I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.
I want to apologize to the chat, guys. I do. Look, listen. As somebody who does identify as
labia wars.
I am currently
God.
PMSing. I'm currently PMSing. I am on my period.
We can tell.
So that's why I've been so frustrated.
Always on your period. That's
In
the
fact, it's a
problem.
full moon. It synced.
Is
to
it?
The, yeah, I believe I synced.
It's a full moon, yeah.
I synced with the other women at the table too.
Yeah,
so.
it is.
We're all in
There it
this
is.
together, Brian.
Oh my God.
All right, I'm letting these through. Oh, Darkavia, this is for you.
Who cares donated $69. Darkavia, I'm Asian. I'm simping real hard right now.
DM me.
You got my attention, you single? What's
Yeah.
your number?
I can't
don't
say on here, but go ahead and
don't
DM
say
me.
that.
If you're really
But-
Asian, I'm down.
Aren't you dating a guy though, or is
No, I
that?
ain't dating nobody.
Well, you're.
I am publicly single.
She's single, but